Hey everyone, so this is going to be my first video for my blog. I wanted to tell you the story so you can see my facial expressions through a video because typing it does not do it justice. So, first things first. This guy's been asking me out for a while, right? He's been like really wanting to go out with me and I've just kind of kept saying no, but I never actually said no. I just said, oh, not today, maybe like next week or something. Don't do that. Just say no. Do not give them the hope when there isn't any. So that's my first advice. So after feeling bad for a while, I finally was like, okay, fine, sure, I'll go out with you. Let's go on Saturday. So we go on Saturday, and to start off the date, he texts me at 7 o'clock and says, here. He texts me. Normally, I'm a little blunt. I would probably have just texted him and been like, hey, if you want to go out with me, you're going to come to the door to get me because that's what a gentleman does. But I really was super indifferent about this date. I honestly didn't really care that much, so I was like, okay, fine. So I went outside, and normally if a guy does that, he'll at least lean across the door from the inside and open the car door from within. No, he was just on his phone. So I opened the car door and I'm like, hey. He's just like, hey. He doesn't even look up. So, not off to a great start, my friend. Not off to a great start. Anyways, so we start driving, and he has a road rage that was totally, uncalled for. Totally unconstituted. Is that the right word? Anyways, he's, flashing everybody for no apparent reason. He's, driving in the middle of the road. I don't know who this guy thought he was, but yeah. So we get to the movie theater, finally. And he's like, oh yeah, I didn't buy tickets yet. And I kind of was just like, don't you think they'd be sold out by now? It's Pitch Perfect, so it's a new movie. It's a popular movie. And it's a Saturday night. So, we go inside, and unsurprisingly, there's only 2 seats next to each other available. There's a bunch of sporadic ones, but there's only 2 seats next to each other. And they're in the very front. It was a great movie. I saw everybody's legs super well. Whoever the actress's name for Becca is, Becca has nice legs, I gotta say it. But before the movie even starts, he goes and buys himself a small popcorn and doesn't buy me one. He doesn't ask if I want one. And then during the movie, he doesn't offer me any of his. Not a single kernel. A kernel, that's that big. That's probably smaller than that. You see? And then he asks me to go get him a water cup. The audacity of this man. Man, he's not a man. Anyways, so the movie's finally over, and I'm so excited to go home. I just wanted to go home. And then he misses the turnoff from my house, and I was about to ask, where are we going? But I kind of knew where we were going. I had a secret hope, Yogurtland! We're going to Yogurtland! But I knew it wasn't Yogurtland. And when we passed Yogurtland, yeah, there's this place in St. George, Utah called Dixie Rock. I'm sure everybody has a place like this in their hometown somewhere. It is the makeout point. It is where you go when you want to suck face. I did not want to suck face. I did not want to go to this place. So he then offers me gum. And I said no. I was like, no, I'm good. Which I felt was a fairly decent, indicator that, no, I want my breath to smell bad. I want my breath to smell bad when I'm making out with you. No, I don't want gum because I don't want to make out. So then he's like, did you know there's a pond over by this place? And I was like, I did know that. So we go to this pond that I already knew was there. And I thought he wanted to make out in the car. So as soon as we stop, I bust out of the car and I sprint to the pier. And I'm just like, wow, look how cool this is. This is awesome. There's a fountain. I mean, this is amazing. He comes over and he just kind of there's a railing, so. And I'm leaning on this, I'm leaning forward, just looking out into the distance. And I didn't make eye contact, or I didn't even look in his direction the entire time that we were there talking. And my body language was so obvious, I feel like. And like every question he'd ask me, like I wasn't rude, but he'd like ask me a question and I would give pretty brief answers. Like I'm a pretty like talkative person, but I gave brief answers. He didn't catch on, or he caught on, just didn't care. I don't know which one it was, but either way, yeah. So, and then he even we're both sitting, like I'm kind of like this now, and he's like this, and he goes like this, and his elbow like barely touches mine. It barely grazes my like shirt, and I go like this, and then I stepped away. How much more clear body language could you do? I don't know. I don't understand. I don't know. Anyways, so we're both talking again, and I feel like he's about to say that we're gonna leave. And he like asks me a question. And then me mid-sentence, me in the middle of answering it, he grabs my waist and turns me towards him and starts pulling me in. And he gets this far away from my face, and I go, and then, I'm telling a story. Anyways.
My house too.
It's from my blog. And I go, I don't want to start over the whole thing. Now I gotta figure out how to crop this out. Yeah, like, be home yet. Anyways, so I go, and he's like, is this okay? And I was just like, no, it's not. I'm sorry, it's not. And he's like, really? I was like, yeah, no, I'm sorry, but I can give you a hug though. So I like reach over and I like pat his back. I pat his back. And then I was like, I'm so sorry. And then, you know, like that was the only reason that we went there. So I expected that he'd want to go home. But I think he wanted me to think that he wasn't as big of a tool as he was. So we stayed for another like 5 minutes and he was just asking me really stupid questions. And then finally he's just like, oh yeah, like I have to get up early tomorrow, so we should probably go. And I was like, oh yeah, yeah, let's go. So we leave. And on the way back to my house, he can't get these things at a gas station for some reason, I guess, but he wanted mints and candy. And so we stopped and went grocery shopping at the Dollar Tree to get him his mints and candy for his drive back tomorrow to Provo or whatever. So then finally, after the most horrendous date of my life, we get to my house and he's like, do you usually walk up to your like front door or do you go through your gate? And I was like, I usually walk through my gate, like through the backyard. And he's like, okay. And he stops the car in the middle of the road and is just like, thanks for going out with me. And I was just like, sure. And I get out, and before I even close the door, he's already driving away. I do not recommend going on a date with this man. Just say no.